Hey everyone, the FedEx man dropped something off at the door, and I believe it is one of the most important modifications you can make to your Hemi, whether it be the Hellcat 6.2 liter or 6.1, whichever you have, or the 392 or even the 5.7. Matter of fact, I would say this product is probably one of the most important mods that we can put on our vehicle to help it last longer. Let's check it out. All right, what do we have here? Let's check this out. It has arrived. A wonderful birthday present. Now I already have one of these on the White Shadow, but I don't have one on this supercharged bad boy here. So let me open it up and let's see what's in there and what the contents are. How cool is this? All right, let's open this monster up. Comes with this packing slip, 2 hoses. One is slightly longer than the other. Fittings, if you haven't guessed already. I'll show you what it is pretty quickly here. Oh, obviously for a bonus, they sent me a modern Mopar. Inside the prize package. Let's find out what's in here. And what comes out of here is packaged again. I guess they didn't want anyone to know what it was. Hopefully it's not another package. And here it is. A Speed Logics catch can. How cool is that? Set these out of the way and take a look inside here. Let's see what we have as it unscrews here. And this will actually catch the oil that goes from the engine to, and the set screws, to the, what would be the intake here. And so what happens is, and I'm going to show you here in just a second. Let me put this back together. This is my second one from Speed Logic, and the one on the White Shadow works great. I'll show it to you. And this is how much oil an oil catch can catches. But this one was actually anodized so that it would match Go Man Go. And it actually is going to go, I believe, right here. But we'll see what the instructions have to say. So let me show you what currently is there and what is going to be replaced. Now you can see this valve right here, and this hose, and it goes over to here and goes into the intake. And what that is the pressure that builds up in the engine has to go somewhere. And they used to have in the old days just a vent, so it vented into the atmosphere. But because of smog regulations, they took and vented that into the intake manifold to reburn that a second time. The problem is oil gets in there as well, and that oil begins to gunk up your car. Now in this case it's better because it's not before the throttle body as it is inside the White Shadow. This one goes after the throttle body, so that helps. But nonetheless, we're putting oil back in these cylinders through these valves and through the air intake. So what this catch can is going to do is that it's going to catch the oil so that in the worst case scenario, only the oil vapors will get through. Otherwise, it's just the engine pressure. And how does the color match up? It's a little lighter than Go Man Go from the factory, but not bad at all. Well, now that I have this, I'm going to have to do something about these black valve covers. Now, one of the things I like about this is it has these baffles. So the can's there, and they help collect the oil that passes through the air as the pressure goes from the valve cover there into the intake. And that helps trap more oil. Now I've already started by putting in the set screws in the bottom, because this actually is going to here in this location here, and then we'll tighten it up in place. Now Speed Logic has good quality items, and on top of this nice fine thread that they milled, there's this O-ring to seal this so I don't get oil everywhere on the engine, because some of us, we like our engines clean. Now, in case you're wondering, it didn't come with instructions. So you can go on the internet to find instructions, or you can go to YouTube, where there usually is always instructions. So back here in this back section there's a button, and I'll show it to you here. See it right here? See that button right there? Now what happens is, if you look in here, you push that button open, and it will open that ring, or that little clip right there that holds it in. So we want to do that same thing so we can get this one off here. So I'm going to go back there, find that clip, push on it so I can get this off, and it just comes right off. Easy enough. So on this other one, which is down there, which we're going to remove, we can see how it works with the one that came with the Speed Logic. Push this in, and it pushes those clips in so that we can get it off. Watch again. See that? So we want to do that same thing right here and pull this one off. There's that clip right there. And let's see if we can get it off now. Pushing it in. There we go. And that is now off. So now we are ready for this. Now when we come over here, we're going to take and put ours on. So let's set this one out of our way. And let's get this out of our way. And you'll notice I have some soap here. This is just Dawn detergent. Now this one goes on the short one. You see there's just barely any length difference. Even when you put them together, there you go. When you put these together, you can see one is slightly longer than the other. So we're going to put the short one on this part that goes into the intake manifold. Now I'm going to take this and put some soap on this, just so I can get this on a little easier. And there you go. We have it on. You can push it farther if you like, but just as long as it seals. Now I'm going to put some of this Dawn detergent on there, this soap as well, because I want to make sure it gets on there nice and easy. Don't put so much on that you got it dripping all over the place. Can't have your Hellcat bubbling. Okay, our hoses are together with the connectors. So we're ready to install the catch can itself now. Remember, it has the 2 set screws underneath there, and it's going to go just like this. What I would recommend is to bring these set screws up a little bit out. I don't know if you can see this, hopefully you can, so that you don't have to work so hard to get them up into place. Now this is a lot different than what is on the White Shadow, which is an SRT 392. Okay, let's go to the other side. I can't brag about this logic, a speed logic, mounting it this way, but I'm concerned that it might come off. It actually is pretty solid. It looks to me like my Allen is practically out of that. Okay, so at this point, let's put this in here. Okay, and it is in. Okay, put this in here. Okay, that one's in. This one, which is in. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this up in here. Pull this up as tight as I can get it up here. Bringing that in. I'm going to go back and double check my tightness on this because I'm still not confident in these things. And actually, I will probably change these out, even though I can't move it. These things get an awful lot of vibration with these engines, and I'm just can't brag about the way that is mounted on them. Typically, like on the SRT 392, the White Shadow, it's attached to this bolt. And why they changed that, I don't really know. But we'll see. You see, everything looks good. And I'm going to put that cap cover back on and we'll fire it up. Okay, you can see these tabs here and here. Now they're going to go right here and right there. I'll pop this back in place. Always. Oops. There we go. That's simple. Now here's the finished product. Things I don't like. I definitely don't like the mounting. I'm not real fond of this hose being curled like this, although it may not matter, but you can see how it's flattened out right there. So that's going to restrict the flow. This one, even if you swap the hoses on the opposite way, you would still have the same scenario. So I think a lot of this has to do with the position of the mounting being so close between those two. But the proof is in the pudding. Let's try it out and see how it sounds.